We are back from Bali, which is sad but exciting because we are super excited to get stuck into this project. We have just been at site and oh my goodness, the boys have done so much work. The site looks so different to how we left it. Wow, this is crazy. This looks a little bit different.
Clearly the boys didn't read my note on the wall to say, we're keeping this wall.
But don't worry, it looks like they've got lots of dip rock for you, so you can patch it up if you like.
So we are back from Bali now, and the boys did a great job last week without us. It looks so different from how we left it last week. But how'd you go? Did you survive?
Yeah, we survived. It was a bit rough. It was a bit rough the first week not having my project manager on site. Just please don't go away again because it was a lot of work.
No guarantee on that.
I appreciate my 2 girl bosses being on site. It was rough.
Wow, that's the nicest thing he's ever said to us.
Okay, calm down. I survived, but it was not preferable.
Okay, so what's the plan for this week? What are we doing? We're doing some framing.
We are going to do the framing. We're going to try and get the floors kind of all laid. We had a bit of a termite issue.
So while we were away in Bali, boys discovered more termite damage than we originally anticipated. We knew there was a little bit of damage from the pest and building and also pulling off some tiles and underneath the house. But the good news is that we actually don't have any asbestos in the house. So all that money can then go into buying some more framing timber to replace the termite damage timber.
So we had to kind of rip up some more frames than we kind of envisioned and planned.
Which is a bit of a bummer and kind of stuffs up our budget a little bit, but
yeah,
that's
so
okay.
it's back a little bit. So again, behind schedule after week 1, which is fantastic. We love that for us.
But that's okay. We're hopefully going to catch up the time in the coming weeks. Is that right?
Oh yeah, we're going to work overtime, you know, no holidays, just kind of
No holidays.
Foot to the ground, we're going to pump it out and make up lost time that you guys had.
Yeah.
That's the plan? Yeah.
Love it.
Cut.
You're cool like diamonds. No ice shining in my tank, little rocket fuel. I just wanna be cool like you.
So this is the kind of damage that you can sometimes find behind walls, and in our case termites have eaten away at the cladding boards, the studs in both the bathroom and this bedroom.
We knew there was going to be a little bit of damage but didn't quite know the extent, and definitely didn't realise that the cladding itself was going to have damage on it, which is a bit of a bummer because we're going to have to get custom made boards to match the profile.
And we're also going to have to replace some of the studs to reinforce the walls to make sure they don't fall down. Little extra job that we didn't account for.
But that's just another joy of renovating an old house. It's just going to cost us a little bit more in framing timber, but nothing to stress about.
Nothing to stress about.
This is the type of loads the boys are doing on tip.
And now that the walls are down, the bathroom's been demoed and we can actually see the space, this is the time when we're gonna go in and start measuring to check, does the kitchen I ordered 6 weeks ago actually fit? Do the wardrobes fit in? So Shara and I have mapped out in the space, the cabinets, the island bench, does our little banquet dining area work, and do our wardrobes work? And thankfully, I think we'll be able to make them work. There's a few things that it just so happens it doesn't work out, and that is the risk of ordering things in the settlement period. But now that we're actually on the ground, this is when we can actually start designing what's going to work for the space. Because of the tight timeline, I'm actually packing my bags again and jumping on a flight at the crack of dawn tomorrow morning to go up to Queensland to ABI Interiors showroom because I'm going to be selecting all our bathroom fixtures, our tiles, our basin, vanity, you name it to do with the bathroom, I'm picking it. And the reason why I'm flying up there is because we have used their products in the past. They have such a great system where they can send you samples, but with how quick we're moving, I don't have time to get the samples sent here and then to pick and all the back and forth. I'm going to get on a Jetstar flight, cheap, and get up there, and I'm going to see everything in person and work with their amazing team to create a beautiful design that will work within our space. I'm going to be picking things like basins, kitchen sinks, taps, tiles, the whole shebang, really.
Guys, it's a very exciting day. I'm actually here at ABI Interiors showroom in Queensland. ABI has some incredible products, some mid-range products, some high-end products, everything that you kind of need. And obviously in this project, we are picking from a mid-range budget. I'm super excited to show you what I've selected. I've got a whole bag of samples to take home to show Charlotte, but I think I've locked it in. It's a big day. I get on a flight again soon to go home. Super excited to show you.
flying up and back in one day, I'm hoping that I can tick off those big ticket items and have all the samples so Charlotte and I can make our final decisions this week and then start ordering things so when our trades need them, they're on site. I don't know if anyone else does this, but I can see that Jetstar is weighing how much. They didn't on the way down. And I don't have a lot of stuff, but I do have a 5 kilo bag of tile samples. And with my laptop and all that kind of stuff, it's definitely going to be over 7 kilos. So I'm about to start shoving tile samples in every pocket that I can find, because you best believe I'm not paying that $70 for baggage. I'm thinking laptop down my pants and tiles in my pockets. We'll see how we go. Cute tile, by the way, but a little too large for this pocket, I think. So it's going to have to go in the back of my house. I don't know about you, but that looks pretty perfect for me. You don't want to see what I look like though. There's tiles in every pocket and a laptop down the back of my pants, but we're going to get on and hopefully it's all good.
It's 11 p.m. and I've just got home to my parents' place in Sydney. I'm going to go to sleep and wake up super early because I'm back to Newcastle to check on the project tomorrow. After all of that saga with the shoving tiles in my shirt and a laptop down my pants, they didn't even check me. I think they just saw the handbag and they're like, just keep going. And I was like, please check me. My bag's like exactly 7 kilos. Anyway, I had to awkwardly take the laptop and the tiles out of my pockets and the chargers and all that random stuff that I shoved in any pocket I could find. I had to take that out in front of people. I'm sure they all looked at me like I was crazy, but look, you got to do what you got to do. It is time for bed and I'll see you in the morning.
Budget with Charlotte. Okay, where's my phone now?
So for week 2's budget recap, we spent a total of nearly $5,000 on materials, which included cladding and pretty much just framing timber, which is crazy how much you can spend on timber. And then we spent about $2,000 on labor because the boys only work 2 days this week. And then for the grand total of the last 2 weeks, with $18,000 from last week and $7,000 from this week, we spent a total of $25,000. Well, here comes the one that's draining all my budget. Hello, I'm back.
Have you missed me, Dale?
Oh, so much. It's been so peaceful and quiet without you.
On a day, don't get too excited.
What have you got in here?
I've got a bag full of goodies. Do you want to see all the tiles?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
see. Oh,
Literally,
nice
I had to
colour.
put this whole thing on the plane and shove it into my pants.
I'm not
but-
surprised. It's not the first time she's done that.
But look how beautiful.
Oh yeah, that's really pretty. That's nice together.
All this one.
Ooh,
All this
the
one.
different shapes. Shapes, colours and sizes.
Look, I've got a lot and some of them are for other projects, but this is what we're going to start with, I think.
I like.
So I'm thinking
I like a bit of greenery. It's like safe but a pop of colour.
floor
quite
tiles, beautiful travertine look, feature wall tile, another feature wall tile here.
Yeah,
and then
cute. We could do one for the ensuite and one for the main.
Yeah, potentially a backsplash,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then like a fluted vanity in like the white, so it will be fluted, so it'll be really pretty.
Beautiful. I love that.
I'm so glad you love it because I'm not going back and I've made the decision. And do you want to know how much money I've spent?
Yeah, nothing hopefully. I can tell you how much money you've spent. I can see the credit card.
So we've said since the beginning that we want to be super transparent when it comes to money, budget, finances. And so we thought we'd give you a little bit of an overview of our financial goal when it comes to this investment.
And I feel like a lot of people in this generation don't quite realise that it's not just the renovation cost and the purchase price. There's so many other little almost hidden costs or costs that people aren't aware of when buying a property.
That we need to take into account when working out how much money we're going to make and is it a worthwhile investment.
So you have costs like legal fees, stamp duty, holding costs, council fees, services, auctioneer, agent fees, buyer's agent fees,
Capital gains,
styling,
GST.
income tax. There's just so many different variables that can
So
be.
basically we're not making money. Kidding. We have been strategic when buying this house, and Charlotte is the budget queen for this project, and she has got all her numbers and a spreadsheet and worked out exactly what we need to spend, what we need to make to make this a worthwhile investment.
So fingers crossed we can actually make some money out of this.
When it comes to this specific project, we obviously had to work out what are all the costs involved, are we going to make money?
Our costs include the purchase price, legal fees, stamp duty, holding costs, renovation costs, and selling fees.
So we've invested our own money into this project. So our goal is to make a 10% return on our investment, which equals about $45,000.
So to break even, we need to sell the property for a minimum of $1.13 million. This is our baseline number that we were looking at when buying the property to make sure that it was even a worthwhile investment or if there was an opportunity to make money.
So obviously we spent months on this project ourselves. So ideally we want to be selling for $1.18 million to make it worthwhile for us.
That way we're not only just covering our return on investment, but we're also paying ourselves the wage for the time and effort we've put in managing this project, because this is our full-time job.
So we're about to start de-weeding this jungle out here and trying to get our garden beds back into shape.
Tell you what we're doing.
No. We're about to start de-weeding the garden beds.
We're about to start clearing the garden beds so we can replant plants.
Are you? Is that what you're doing in those shoes?
Now I'm going to get a labourer to come and do that. And so
Are you? Have you organised that?
we're going to clear the entire garden.
And then we're going to paint the back wall and then we're going to plant new plants. And it's going to be beautiful.
Beautiful.
100, no. So when it comes to this, how do I say it?
When it comes to the...
So what did you say? Purchase price of $809.
I wish it was that cheap.
No, I'm not up to that yet. And get in there.
That's good.
You
This is
just
the bane of my existence. Thank the Lord.
Goodbye. I'm back to the tools where I belong.
Oh, it's coming out. You're gonna be okay.
No.
I'll be okay.
By the end, she'll be acing this.